Hey, good morning. In this video, I want to share with you essentially the two ways in which you can grow your agency on Google. Now, Google is where people go to actually look for local agents and to move. Okay, still go there on a day-to-day basis, and we can show results on that. So, but I do get a lot of questions about how can we get up on Google. So I just wanted to share with you, really, for the uninitiated, shall we say, of how to get up on Google. So I'm going to quickly share with you the screen for Google. So this is one of the most common websites in the world, if not one of the biggest, but I won't go too much into it. My daughter's been watching Elsa and Anna Toddlers on YouTube by the looks of it. So let's get rid of that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to type in estate agent near me. I don't know, estate agent Warsaw, because we're in Warsaw. So right here are instantaneously Google gives preference to ads. Okay, so at the top you've got the ads. Now you don't pay for anything here. Okay, you don't pay. These guys and girls haven't paid to be here yet. They only pay if someone clicks on the ad. Okay, just to be clear. And what you pay and where you are versus top number 2, number 3, number 4, you get 4 spaces. You basically enter into an auction, okay, and you can bid anything from 10 pence right up to as little as you can afford. But any of you lovely people who have watched any of my content, you'll know how much you can get away with on Google Ads. I mean, you only pay basically if someone clicks on your ad in the moment when they're looking for, how much is my house worth and that sort of thing. Further on down the page of Google, you've got the map section. So this is an SEO pack. So this is part of a free service that it's not a free service. It's a free tool that Google give you through your Google My Business. Obviously, if you've got then third parties such as agencies or freelancers, they'll obviously charge you just to input your details and stuff like that. That's relatively easy. The challenge really is this part here, which is the optimizing your pages on your website. Now, the difference, the simple difference why I like being up here is the fact that it's speed. I mean, literally, we can create an ad now and be up within a couple of hours up here with the top, perceived as the big boys from the consumer's point of view, because you're like, oh God, you guys are quick, right? Whereas here, it does take a few months for it to go through, and therefore, optimizing backlinks are very important. Blogging is very important. So you need to have a content strategy, and it can be quite slow in terms of like the speed of results. Like here, you can be at the top of Google in terms of hours. You can be here in terms of months. So look at it monthly if you're going to do this way. Now, the switched on agents are doing both. Okay, bottom line, because this becomes a drug at the top of Google, and it's great. Obviously, that's where we make our money from a terms of getting results for clients, but the long term, the sort of year out or the 12-month, 18-month plan is to get up here. However, you are limited in terms of what gets shown. Like, you are limited in terms of, like, you can't do any ad extensions, you can't do anything like that. You can't put telephone numbers in here, you can't put what they call ad extensions, which is basically other pages of your website on there and stuff like that. So you are very limited, but that's the free version. Now, Google, just to be clear, don't make any money out of this part here. They only make money out of their Google ads. Okay, so they're obviously prioritizing, like any of these ad platforms now, they're prioritizing ads. Okay, and you'll know that there's only a little bit of a differentiator with the little ad, and that used to be green with a little yellow box around it, this little ad icon here. These used to be a bit more in your face as opposed to an ad. Like, literally, this is an ad you're clicking on. They've made it a little bit more transparent now, because from an end consumer's point of view who's not in the game, so to speak, people are clicking on these not realizing their ads. Now, there is what they call invalid ad clicks, so it stops you basically your competition clicking on your ads. Now, if I was to click on any of these ads and I did the same search again, I wouldn't see the same searches. So Google have basically, if you run Google ads, you'll have Google will basically recognize people clicking on your ad more than once. That's a common objection that I get. Oh yeah, well, I'll get my competition or my ex-wife or my ex-partner clicking on my ads. They'll only get the opportunity once, and then if they click on it again, yeah, they'll be out. If they see your ad, and the chances are it's very slim, if they click on your ad, Google don't charge you for it. So they've got what they call an invalid click parameter, which is basically just protects you. And they're also software for the big boys, the big players who've got like thousands of pounds a month to spend. You can get software that stops like what they call invalid clicks and bot clicks and stuff like that. So, but overall, this is a very effective way from like literally being not seen to being seen. That's really it. So that's Google. That's where you pay, and what you pay. Like I say, we got daily budgets from a tenner. But ideally up here you want to be in the 20 to 40 pound a day mark. That's budget. Okay, doesn't mean you're going to spend it, but yeah, so there's the paid version. You don't pay anything else. You don't pay to show, you don't pay to be seen. You only pay if someone clicks on your ad. Okay, now here you've got to optimize your website and look at it long term, but what you've got to do is do both, because eventually you want to come away from this and just rely on the organic, but only if the organic's working for you, because just being up here doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get the results, especially for terms like how much is my house worth, what's my flat worth, how to sell my house, not just estate agent. Estate agent is it's too broad of a keyword to use, but I use it as an example because it's the biggest search volume in terms of the UK, 60,000 searches versus 27,000. If you're looking at portals, that's in the millions, but they're going for the buyers. We're looking for sellers. So, and what we've got to do then is point out people that are looking at selling their house now. This one here is calling out a book of home valuation. This one's calling out a home valuation. That one's not. This is what I call middle of the road. Like middle of the road, we're after buyers and sellers. If you're after everybody in these ads, guys and girls, if you're running these ads, you're going to get nowhere. You're literally going to go spending money, not getting any results. Okay. And then you've got the comparison, get an agent. Okay. Or get agent, comparable site there. So yeah, there's two ways you can go organic. What you want to do is if you're nowhere to be seen, when someone does search, then you've got to question yourself, how much money are we losing? How many valuations could we be getting? And if you want to turn the lights on, just do some Google ads, and then over a period of months, then also put a strategy together and a content plan and an SEO package where we've got basically over a period of 6 to 12 months, or possibly a bit longer, depending on the competition and, the strategy involved, you can get you up here as well. But we've got agents. I mean, we've had agents that are very, like literally number one, number two organically, and their ads, and we've come off the ads, we've reduced the ad spend, but we had to put the ads back on because the agent didn't get any better results from the SEO. It's a bit of a fallacy metric, an impression and a clickies as well, really, because the next conversation to have really is where we're sending people to. So go send people to success pages where you can demonstrate, or even at this level, if someone's typed in how much is my house worth, send them to a valuation, page, but also send them to content pages where you've actually shown you've actually got documented sales in the area, and not just pictures, but also stories, because people will buy off the story and go, yeah, I relate to that. They won't relate to bricks and mortar. Don't forget, guys, we're helping people move. It's a big, emotional. You've got to go, like, you've got to show understanding that how to help them move on to the next stage of their life, and you've got to go with excitement as well. You've got to go like, listen, we look forward to help you move, because it's a bigger and better house, whatever, moving on with your life, whatever that stage is, it's an exciting step. Let us help you take that step. So this is just about getting you into that conversation, really. Essentially, that's what I talk about is just starting off the conversation. Now, how good you are internally in terms of prospecting and follow up and all that sort of stuff, that's a conversation for another day. But anyway, those are the two areas where you can basically get your agency in Google. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a like. And I hope you found it of value. Drop a comment in if you found it, you liked it, and ask any questions that you've got about this sort of stuff. And All right, take it easy.